Good day, everyone. In today's topic, I will discuss to you about environmental sustainability, the impact of climate change on agricultural activity. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Naz Balod from Bulacan Agricultural State University, taking up a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Biosystems Engineering. Okay, so let me repeat my topic for today's topic. Yeah, the environmental sustainability, the impact of climate change in agricultural activity. But let me define what is climate change. Okay, so climate change refers to long-term shift in temperature and watering patterns. Such a shift can be natural due to changes in sun's activity or a larger volcanic eruption. In common usage, describes global warming, which is ongoing increase in the global average temperature and its effect on Earth climate change. Encompasses both the current rise and the global temperature, which is primarily caused by human burning fossil fuels, and previous long-term changes in Earth's climate. This increase in global average temperature is more rapid than previous changes and contributed to various human activities like fossil fuel use, deforestation, and certain agricultural and industrial practices that contribute to greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane. Greenhouse gases trap heat in Earth's lower atmosphere, causing global warming. What are the impact of climate change on agricultural activity? Okay, so there's many, but this is the few some key points in how climate change affects agricultural. Number one is the greenhouse effect, and global warming is primarily driven by the greenhouse effects, where human activity release greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, leading global warming. This result in rising temperatures, melting glaciers, sea level rise, and changes in weather pattern, such as increased frequency of droughts, flood, and storms. We have the uh, impact of impact on agriculture. Climate change poses challenges to agricultural production, and its affect weather conditions crucial for farming. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns can lead to water stress, heat stress, wind damage, and increased pests and disease pressures. These factors can produce crop yields, impact soil health, and threaten food security. Next is the adaptation and mitigation. Farmers around the world are adapting to climate change by implementing sustainable practices, using technology to monitor weather patterns, and diversifying crops. Mitigation efforts involve reducing greenhouse gases emission and promoting climate resilience. Agriculture to cope with climate change. Next, we have the regional impacts. Regional impacts, the impacts of climate change in agriculture vary across regions. For example, in Canada, farmer temperatures have led to longer growing seasons and opportunities to grow new crops. However, challenges like water scarcity, extreme weather events, and pest outbreaks also rise to agriculture production. Future outlook. Climate models predict continued warming and more extreme weather events in the future. It is essential for policymakers, farmers, and communities to collaborate on adaptation strategies, sustainable farming practices, and resilience building measures to mitigate the diverse effect of climate change in agriculture. Next is the environmental sustainability, the impact of climate change in agricultural activity. Climate change has a significant impact on agricultural activity, leading to various challenges and opportunities for sustainable food production. Here are some key points regarding the impact of climate change on the agriculture. Number one is the changing weather patterns. Changing weather patterns result in altered weather patterns. leading to increased intensity and frequent of droughts. Challenges in precipitation intensity and distribution and rising sea level. These challenges can be negatively affect crop growth and soil quality. Coastal system rising sea level due to climate change impact densely populated coastal areas causing soil salinization, land degradation and erosion in fragile ecosystem like delts and low-lying regions. This poses a threat to agricultural land in this area. Adaptation and mitigation. Adaptation and mitigation must adopt the changing climate condition to ensure food security. However, these challenges also present opportunity for mitigation strategies to reduce negative impacts. Implementing sustainable agriculture practices can help mitigate the effects of climate change. Of assessments. Importance of assessments on the impact of climate scenarios in agricultural sectors and food production are crucial for the national food security and sustainable land management plans. Understanding how climate change affects agricultural productivity is essential for developing effect adaptation and mitigation strategies. Agroecological Zone or AEZ methodology. Organization like the Food and Agriculture Organization and the International Institute for Applied System Analysis have developed the agroecological zones methodology. This approach assesses agricultural resources and potential by matching crops' specific requirements with climate, soil, and terrain condition. It helps evaluate how future climate conditions may impact land use types and crops yields. Climate changes in agricultural activity here in the Philippines. Climate change has a profound impact on agricultural activity in the Philippines, a country highly vulnerable to effects of changing climate patterns. Here are some specific ways climate change affect agricultural activity in the Philippines. Number one is increased frequent of extreme weather events. The Philippines experience more frequent and intense typhoons, floods, droughts due to climate change. These extreme weather events can devastate crops, livestock, and infrastructures, leading to significant losses of farmers. Next is the loss of biodiversity. Loss of biodiversity. Climate threatens the rich biodiversity of the Philippines, including unique crops, plant species, changes in temperature, and rainfall patterns can disturb the ecosystem in agricultural practices that rely on diverse plant varieties for resilient. Next is the water scarcity. Changes in precipitation patterns can lead to water scarcity, affecting irrigation system and crop production. Droughts in particular can reduce the water availability of agriculture, impact yields and food security. Next is the saltwater intrusion. Rising sea levels can cause saltwater intrusions in coastal areas, affect agricultural lands, and fresh water source. This intrusion can lead to soil salinization, making it changes to grow crops and sustain agricultural productivity. Shifts in planting seasons. Climate change alters traditional planting season in the Philippines, affecting crops, calendars, and agricultural practices. Farmers may need to adjust planting schedules and adopt new crop variety to adopt the changes climate condition. Next is the adaptation strategies. To mitigate the impact of climate change and agricultural activity, the Philippines has been implementing adaptation strategies. This includes promoting climate resilience crops improving water management practices, investing in climate smart technologies, and enhancing disaster preparedness in agriculture. Next is the policy interventions. The Philippines government has been working on policies to address climate change impacts on agriculture. Initiatives focus on sustainable land management, promoting agroforestry, enhancing soil conservation practices, and integrating climate change consideration into agricultural planning and development. In summary, climate change poses significant challenges to agriculture activity here in the Philippines, but not only here in the Philippines, but the entire world, threatening food security and livelihoods. Addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach that concludes adaptation strategies, policy intervention, and sustainable agricultural practices to build resilience in the face of changing climate conditions. And that's the end of my topic. Once again, this is Nas Balad from Bulacan State Agricultural College. In the topic of the environmental sustainability, the impact of climate change on agricultural activity. Thank you for listening and good day, everyone.